I might find time at some other point, to talk about recommendations from the tripartite committee itself, right? But what I want to talk about today is the resolutions that came from the Agreement for National Unity. All right, I want to sensitize and educate and ask some fundamental questions about what is actually happening. So that is what I want to do with this live. So, let's go over the 8 resolutions. Again, I want you guys to understand the differences, right? The tripartite was born out of resolutions that came from the Agreement for National Unity. Now understand that, So what I've done here is to put together, in a very colorful sheet, hopefully, a presentation to get the attention of Sierra Leoneans, because I know Sierra Leoneans, our minds are very weak. Sierra Leoneans, today, is becoming one of the most unserious nation. And the people of a country, if they are unserious, the leaders that they're going to have are unserious leaders as well. So I do this like for picking at a grade 5 level, so that they go capture the attention of Sierra Leoneans to learn and pay attention to some of these issues that they really need to pay attention to. It is not an insult, but it's to help. I'm not insulting anybody, Naya, but sometimes it's easier when people see things in colors for labor for stay, because sometimes people get tactile minds, and some other people, that through touch the land, some other people that through, get for CI and practicality for the land. So everybody learns differently, all right? So that's why I've taken my time to do this for you guys, so we would understand the Agreement for National Unity that came with 8 resolutions, and out of those 8 resolutions, resolution 3 was the tripartite. The tripartite that looked into the elections, how it was rigged, and again, I'm saying Dr. Samura Kamara should be the person that should be implementing these recommendations that came out of the tripartite, right? That he should be the one implementing those recommendations. It should not be Marabio, because again, everybody condemned the outcomes of the elections. You guys have seen the videos over and over again to prove that the election was rigged, and that the APC has 71% of the RRF forms, which proved that it had 57.15% of the votes. If at 71%, plus you don't get 57% of a vote, I mean, that extra 29%, believe it or not, it can make a difference, but tell you to take away, you shave that 2% away, because I almost say the threshold to win an election in Sierra Leone is 55%. And New, Marcela Samba, Reverend Lahai, all of these people made it very clear that nobody made it through the threshold. So the fact that Marabio is in power, it is a travesty. It is a shame. It is a disgrace. This reflects very poorly on us as Sierra Leoneans, and we ought to be ashamed of ourselves to allow Marabio to sit there occupying power illegally and unconstitutionally against the people of that nation. Again, what is democracy? It is the power of the people, for the people, and by the people. Therefore, it's very important that we ensure that the power of the people takes its place when it should. The people go out for vote for the very reason for electing leaders them. And the fact that we don't have the disaggregated data of the June 24th, 2023 elections, and then you have people like Ibrahim Tomi and Rulavali Abdul Fatoma, they all keep quiet, and then you have New Marcela Samba, then continue for say, okay, we're going to move on to another elections. Reverend Lahai, they say, oh, we are walking through the processes to ensure we have free and fair elections. Look at us, we've reviewed ECSL to make sure that the processes of ECSL would prevent another rigged elections. No, the fact is the elections was rigged, and we should not allow it to stand. So for all the people that are talking about Agenda 2028, moving on to the next elections, I say to you, shame on you. Then they claim, say, oh, Dr. Samura Kamara sell. Shame on you. If the man sell this property, like when my brother Cashbox talker, una papa left property for una go tire for shove this is una filthy brain, una nasty brain, una idiotic brain. Because a lot of our brothers and sisters, we don't decide for wake up, they wake up, but you have a few miscreants and idiots, vagabonds and sycophants that don't allow themselves to be schooled. They want to remain dumb because they are selfish. It's all about themselves. They are unpatriotic. They are not nationalistic. They don't care about Sierra Leone. It's about the tribe. It's about the political leaders that they follow. follow. Their loyalty lies to their sections, to their ethnicity, to their region. That is where their loyalty is lying. Instead of your loyalty lying to the country, Sierra Leone, and protecting and defending democracy. These people say Dr. Samura Kamara don't sell. But instead of them come out to defend, like again, your father left a house for 5 of you all. If one person sells that house, the 4 of you have to make a decision to say, no, we are not going to let you sell this house. You're going to take a stance. Whatever it's going to take, it's going to take to. That was what Dr. Samura Kamara did. Let's negotiate this for the sake of peace in our nation. Let us come to the table and have a discussion, a dialogue. But in the minds of Anes Kuruma and these are the foolish idiots, what they see when they say dialogue, they say once you bring the opposition to the table, the game is over. That is what ECOWAS believes as an institution. That is how useless and nasty these people are. And sometimes I'm using this language because it's better than me taking a weapon like Ali Kaba did, took up weapons against the state, cut off the hands of the people, killed pregnant women, whilst they were arguing if the people they carried a boy or girl Pekin. They were splitting their pregnant stomach open whilst they were arguing if they had boys or girls in there. Instead of us doing all of that, we're going to speak up about these issues, speak up about these things. But we know there are people out there in Sierra Leone that are pissed off about this whole thing. And we know there are people that would take action one day to redeem democracy because it's worth standing up for. But for myself here, I'm going to speak up about these issues, bring awareness to it so that the people will be aware and know that what is happening in Sierra Leone is wrong. There is no way you forget elections when the people go vote and suffer and toil, wake early morning, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock morning, just to go and vote. And then these people voted and you cannot show them the results of their elections. You have members in parliament, illegally occupying parliament, that don't even know how many votes they had. In Port Loko, the leader of the opposition in parliament today, Abdul Kagbo, does not even know how many votes he had. Because some of the votes, the boxes in Port Loko, as stated by Honorable Kemosise, were still locked. They've never been counted. What a sham. And it's a disgrace to us as a nation. Sierra Leoneans, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. If Dr. Samara Kamara sell, why don't you stand up and say, no, I'm not going to accept this. This is democracy. I didn't agree. I didn't allow this to happen. I'm going to stand up to defend this democracy. Why don't you take a position like that? Why don't you take a principled position? Say, this other person let go. I am not letting go. That is what we are doing. We are standing up not because of Dr. Samara Kamara, but because of democracy. For the fact that elections results are not available. That is the fundamental basis of our argument. The fact that the June 24th, 2023 elections results are not available. You cannot find them on the ECSL's website. They don't have the results. The Ambassador Hunt, made it very clear that there is no results in Sierra Leone after the elections. That is the fundamental basis of our argument. I'm not moving past that point. Don't tell me who called who negotiated, who went to dialogue and this and that. The fact is the dialogue was to sustain peace. Everybody agreed that because of the brutal rebel war we've had, the brutal experiences our people have faced, the sufferings, the death, untimely death of our people, let us negotiate this. That was the agreement. That was the reasoning behind the whole tripartite and the agreement for national unity. The tripartite was born out of resolution 3. I'm going to go through these resolutions for you, as you guys can see here, and then we'll talk about them and I'll take it from there. But I just want to bring some sensitization and awareness to this so that you guys can know where we're at with the process, as far as with the resolutions and everything, and then we'll take it from there. Like I said again, it's colorful so that I could grab your attention a little bit, because now in Sierra Leone, people are just, and not only Sierra Leone, the world at large, people are not paying attention anymore. People just want 2-second sound bites. For various reasons. For some of our brothers and sisters, the reason why they want them 2-3 short seconds video, because data is very expensive in Africa. But for you that are in Europe or America, you have no excuse as to why you want to just rely on short form content all the time. People don't pay attention to important things. So for them, I understand why. And that is why when I'm done with these lives, I also make sure that I give them shorts. Make it short for them so they'll see some of the critical points that I'm making. But otherwise, pay attention to these issues. This is the agreement for national unity, the 8 resolutions out of which the tripartite was born. I'm going to go over all of them one after the other. So let me put it on a bigger screen so you guys would see what we're dealing with. Okay. So this is the resolution, right? All right. Just want to make it clear. Have it on a big screen. My mic is working. Sound system is good. Everything is good. All right. Now, agreement for national unity. ANU explained. Where are the disaggregated results data or slash data of June 24th, 2023 elections? That is a question I keep asking. Now, 3-day mediated dialogue between the government of Sierra Leone and the All People's Congress Party. This was the agreement for national unity. So this was a 3-day mediated dialogue. You all know about that, right? Okay. Now, let's see resolution 1. What was resolution 1 that came out of the agreement for national unity? Resolution 1 says, National Address on Unity and Peace, President Julius Maada Bio and Dr. Samura Kamara of APC to deliver a joint national address promoting dialogue, unity, and peace. I will show you guys those videos that they both did. But for the purposes of this, just for, brevity, I'm going to just stay on these for now, show you the resolutions one after the other. So this resolution has been done. Part of the agreement for national unity, resolution 1 is completed. All right. Take that as a note. Resolution 1 is completed. And Maada Bio in speech, Dr. Samura Kamara in speech. Now, resolution 2. Resolution 2 is right here. And what does resolution 2 says? Resolution 2 says APC ends non-participation in governance. So this was resolution 2 out of the 8 resolutions from the agreement for national unity. Resolution 2 say APC for end the non-participation in governance. Where we mean say, of course, everybody we know, whilst, the international community, Ambassador David Reimer was over here urging the APC to go to parliament, the councillors to go to council and all of that. And that was part of the process. So that was achieved. APC is now in parliament. But with the OPSE, after the tripartite committee recommendations reports come out, we prove say the APC won the elections. We were hoping that the APC members of parliament would step back and say, hey, the first fact that we should establish now, what should be implemented from this recommendation is the fact that the APC won the elections, Dr. Samura Kamara won the elections, therefore he has to be reinstated as the president. Reinstated as the president. Again, reinstated as the president. This is, when you're speaking from a place of surety, when you're 100% sure about what you're saying, when I say reinstated, it is the fact that Dr. Samura Kamara was the president beginning June 26th, June 27th. But in fact, on June 24th, the only reason why I'm going to June 27th is because now the day and the way Mohamed Kanawe Kone actually announced the results. But on June 24th, the people resoundingly voted him as the president. So he has been the president in Sierra Leone since June 24th, 2023. So all we have to do is make sure he's reinstated into his seat because they pull and commodity, then tiff the process now. So Samura Kamara is going to be reinstated as the president. I'm not speaking I'm speaking in the present right now as it should be, as it should have been. He is the president of Sierra Leone. So we're going to reinstate him again as of June 24th, 2023. He was the president. He is the president today as I'm speaking to you. Because again, he has the mandate of the people. So resolution 2, of course, again, completed. APC went to parliament. Councillors went to council. All elected officials, everybody went to their various spaces. So that is what resolution 2 was about, right? APC ends non-participation in governance. APC agrees to fully participate in governance. MPs return to parliament, councillors to local councils. That was resolution 2. Now, resolution 3.